Hello everyone, thanks for tuning into today's second video, doing weekend forecast for today's second video. So as always on a Saturday, we're having a look at the weather for the week ahead, and I shall get on with that for you very shortly. It's going to be quite a complicated, complex week's weather coming up. And there is a risk that it could turn very cold by this time next week, but it's only a risk at the moment, so we do not know if we are going to get like a very cold spell of east winds next weekend, but it's a possibility. More about that in a moment. Just say that the first video recently was the ECMWF 42-day forecast, so that's looking at weather the next 6 weeks across the UK and Northern Europe as well. Check that out if you'd like to do that. And then coming up later on this afternoon and this evening, we're going to have your 10 to 14 day video with all of the regular features. That will be coming up for you later on this afternoon. Big thank you to Weather Outlook and weathercentral.d for supplying us with websites and with charts. So thank you so much to Weather Central and also the Weather Outlook. Right, so we're going to start off with the radar picture. This is the current situation across the country today. So Northern Britain has been mostly dry. Scotland, Northern Ireland, or just the majority of Northern Ireland, anyway. The far south Northern Ireland has had a little bit of shower rain, but most Northern Ireland has been dry. Scotland's been mostly dry, and much of Northern England has been dry as well, particularly the Northern England. There has been some wintry showers around eastern Scotland, down to the far northeast of England. We've got this band of rain through much of North Wales into the far northwest of England, and then particularly down into the Midlands, into East Anglia and southeastern England. This rain has been heavy and persistent. There has been snow mixed in on the northern edge. Probably not as much snow as a lot of the models were forecasting for this. So arpege, been doing snow watches. Arpege, which has never been all that set on snow with this, has probably come out best with this today, actually. Other models, I think, have overdone the snow with this band of precipitation. Heavy rain, also a second band of heavy rain also coming into the far southwest of England. Here's today's toxic pressure chart. So we've got high pressure ridging in from the north, bringing colder air down from the north, low pressure across northern France, and of course got that weather front that's been undercut by cold air from the north and the east. That's turning some of that rain to snow. So, for the rest of this afternoon, we're going to find outbreaks of rain, sleet and snow through Wales and the Midlands. Again, there could be a covering of snow over high ground, particularly across parts of Wales. That will move southwards into more central southern parts of England and Wales through the course of this afternoon. It could be a little bit of snow turning up almost anywhere this afternoon, but any sort of accumulation of snow are likely to be over high ground. Scotland, Northern Ireland, Northern England will have a drier, brighter afternoon. Wintry showers around those eastern coasts of Scotland, and those drier, brighter conditions will eventually push down in towards parts of Wales and the North Midlands by the end of the afternoon, as that band of rain, sleet and snow becomes increasingly confined to the south. Temperatures in the far southwest are actually still very mild at around 10 degrees, that's 50 Fahrenheit, but most parts of central and northern Britain are colder, with temperature of barely above freezing across the far north. Scotland only around 2 degrees there, generally around sort of 3, 4, 5 really for most central parts of the country. Overnight tonight, we'll take that band of rain, sleet and snow away from the south very, very quickly. Then drier, clearer conditions will push in from the north. There'll be a widespread frost developing across the country tonight. Quite a severe frost coming up, with temperatures in the north going down potentially as low as like -7, -8, and over the snowfields in the Great Scotland we could see temperatures going down to -12. Further southwards, which is a severe frost of course, further southwards we'll see the temperatures again going sub-zero, so probably around -3, -4, -5, even down into more central southern parts of England. So a very cold night coming up tonight, and after all of the rain, sleet and snow, there will be a lot of ice around on untreated roads and pavements. Tomorrow we're under a ridge of high pressure generally, but this area of low pressure will be trying to move in from the southwest during the course of the day. So we'd like to start off with plenty of sunshine, but also a widespread and locally severe frost, particularly so in the north. Many parts of the country have a dry day, I think, on Sunday with bright or sunny spells, but we will have cloud and outbreaks of rain spreading in through Ireland, Wales and southwest England during the course of the afternoon and into the evening. And that rain is likely to turn increasingly to snow again, particularly over high ground of South Wales and down into the moors of southwestern England. Again, the majority of the country will be dry tomorrow with bright or sunny spells. It's going to be a cold day, probably a colder day than today. Temperatures ranging from around, say, freezing in the north to around 5 degrees down in the south. That area of low pressure with the rain, sleet and snow will clear away to the south overnight, sunny into Monday. Monday will be a mostly dry day, actually, under a slight ridge of high pressure transient ridge. So Monday will be a mostly dry day with bright or sunny spells. There will be, again, hard frost with plenty of ice early and late. But by day, plenty of sunshine coming through. By the end of the day, cloud and outbreaks of rain with hail snow arrive across Ireland, Wales and southwestern England once again. Probably a little bit further northwards with that, so parts of Northern Ireland and North West England probably seeing rain and snow by the end of Monday afternoon. Temperatures will be cold again on Monday, ranging again just around freezing in the far north, Scotland around 5 or 6 degrees down in the south. Bit of a change as we go through to Tuesday with this area of low pressure moving in from off the Atlantic. That will bring rain, sleet and snow across the country. So there could be quite a significant snow event overnight Monday into Tuesday for the northern half of the country. So particularly northern England and Scotland could see significant amounts of snow, even to low levels on Monday night into Tuesday morning. Further southwards, we're talking about outbreaks of rain, perhaps preceded temporarily by a little bit of sleet or snow, but quick turning back to rain across the majority of England and Wales. And central northern Scotland probably staying dry overnight Monday to Tuesday. Tuesday itself, we'll see outbreaks of rain with snow and sleet in the northern half of the country. So again, it's really through Northern Ireland into northern England up into Scotland, but there will be a risk of significant heavy outbreaks of rain, sleet and snow. Snow initially to low levels, probably lifting up to higher ground across northern England, but could stay as snow throughout much of the day across Scotland. Central and northern Scotland will probably stay mostly dry. England and Wales, after a wet start, will probably turn brighter with sunny spells and showers. A freshening southwesterly wind will bring showers into southern and western coastal areas. Very mild in the south, potentially by the end of Tuesday. Could be up to around 10 to 12. That's around 50 to 54 Fahrenheit, but a lot colder up in the north, with temperatures again barely above freezing of many parts of Scotland. That low pressure sits over top of the country on Wednesday. Will bring further spells of rain, sleet and snow across the country. Weather's becoming quite complex by this point, so detail is uncertain. I think for Scotland it's pretty cold, wind remains in from the east, so likely to be snow there primarily. Could be rain to low levels around coast areas, but probably mostly snow across Scotland. Rest of the country, a mix of rain with hill snow mixed in. Mild down in the south, though, with showers along with spells of rain there. Temperatures up to around 10 degrees, but up in the north, again, we're struggling to get the temperature much above freezing across much of Scotland. Thursday, we'll see that area of low pressure begin to slip southwards as the wind turns into the east across the northern half of the country. So again, it's a case of showers or longer spells of rain really for much of England and Wales. Further northwards, increasing risk of snow. The devil's in the detail with this, and it's a long way off, but there's an increasing risk of snow across Scotland, and we could start to see snow developing across parts of northern England, maybe Northern Ireland as well, as that easterly wind freshens up. Becoming bitterly cold with that easterly wind up in the north, so temperatures only like 1-2 degrees at best, barely above freezing. Add on the easterly wind and it will feel even colder than that. Down in the south and the southeast on the southern side of this low pressure, it will still be relatively mild there, with temperatures around 8 to 10 degrees. That low pressure slips further southwards as we go through into Friday, winds pulling into the east. Bear in mind, by this point there is a lot of uncertainty, but a freshening easterly wind may drive in colder air from the east, so we could see a band of rain across England and Wales moving southwards, perhaps turning to sleet or snow on the back edge, and brighter skies following along from the north, but with a freshening easterly wind, becoming bitterly cold in northern and eastern parts of the country, and that easterly wind driving in snow showers from the east as well. Temperatures through much of northern England, Northern Ireland, Scotland staying around freezing all day. In the south we may still cling on to reasonably mild temperatures in the very far southeast, but I think those colder temperatures from the northeast will be edging southwards. And then into next weekend, look at this. Latest GFS runs suggests high pressure around Iceland, low pressure over France, a strong east or northeasterly wind bringing bitterly cold air through both Saturday and Sunday. And with this low pressure coming up from the south, that might threaten more general snow across southern parts of the country. So stay tuned, really, is the message for next weekend. Stay tuned to the to GavsWeatherVids and to the Met Office and your local forecast as well, because we could see quite a significant spell of snow through next weekend, particularly for more southern and eastern parts of the country, along with a gale force easy wind, making it feel bitterly cold. Remember, this is highly uncertain. It is not guaranteed to come off, so just watch your space about the potential for a very cold and snowy spell of weather next weekend. Finally, just having a look at the charts and weather outlook. So we've got the rain down in the south with some snow mixed in today, cold further north. Tomorrow, we're looking at outbreaks of rain, sleet and snow in the southwestern corner. Otherwise, a mostly dry day. It will be cold once again. Monday looking mostly dry but cold through most parts of the country. And then into Tuesday, turning wet and windy. Snow in the north, rain in the south, becoming very mild down in the south, but it will be cold up in the north. We keep the rain and hill snow going in the north for Wednesday, becoming perhaps a little bit drier down in the south. Thursday, most of the precipitation, and a lot of it could be snow, is up in the north, mostly dry and still reasonably mild down in the south. And then on Friday, that band of rain, sleet and snow moves southwards, turns cold with those freshening easterly winds behind it. Still reasonably mild in the south, but becoming colder from the north and from the east. And that might set us up for a very cold and wintry spell of easterly winds next weekend. Right then, in summary, so it's a complex week to come and detail will change on this, so just watch your space, especially for the end of next week and next weekend with those easy winds. Right, so in summary, we're starting off quite cold and wintry at the moment. We're going to turn milder, wetter and windier as we go through the early to middle part of next week in the south, but the north will stay cold and there will be snow at times. And then towards the end of next week and next weekend, we may see those colder conditions pushing back in from the east. It could turn very cold and there might be quite a lot of snow next weekend, but it's a long way off and we've got to firm up. Right, with that later on your 10 to 14 day video update, so come back for that then for weekend forecast. That's all for now, and thanks for watching.